Today, we're going to see how to apply for a building permit. We are going to look at the citizen experience, how your applicants can apply for a permit online. We will also go into the back office to see how your agency will process that permit application. And finally, we will go out into the field with one of our inspectors on the mobile device. We will begin by accessing Accela Citizen Portal. You can see, as I've highlighted, it is a website on the Microsoft Azure cloud. As we log in, we will simply use a username and a password. The applicant is presented with the opportunity to create an application, obtain a fee estimate, or other options they may choose. It is also very clear that they have a menu of items that they have submitted to your agency, along with actions that are needed. Right now, I'm going to create an application for a building permit. We will select the general disclaimer. On my menu, which is configurable by your agency, I'm going to choose residential alteration permit. The application is presented to me, and any red asterisk indicates a required field that follow your business process. I am going to simply fill out the information that I have pre-populated. Again, this is configurable according to what your agency would like. Today, we're going to apply for a permit to create a new den in the basement. As the application continues, your applicants are being guided through a process, as you can see here, so that they know exactly what they're doing right now and what's coming up for them. As I type in the address, this goes to your agency's GIS, which prevents errors and applying for permits that are not in your jurisdiction. Once the proper address or parcel is selected, the information in GIS is presented to the applicant. We will continue the application, denoting who is the applicant for this permit, and any other necessary information that you may request. When it comes to licensed professionals, we can look up against a list that is either from a state licensing board or your local list to determine a proper contractor and whether or not they are licensed in your area. If they are not authorized, an error will come up letting the applicant know that they cannot use this contractor for this particular job because the insurance or business license are expired and not available. Again, this cuts down on foot traffic as well as phone calls and emails to your office. Selecting the proper contractor lets the applicant know that the licensed professional is approved in your area. At this point, I'm going to add my plan sets. I'm going to add my floor plans and continue my application. We can denote that they are plans and provide a description if required. We will save and continue the application. At this point, applicants will be given the opportunity to edit any information they have entered into the application. If everything is correct, they can continue. Now it comes time to pay the required fees. All of these fees that are shown are configurable, and we will use your fee schedules to determine the cost to the applicant for this permit. We have a lot of flexibility when it comes to payment types. We can pay with credit, debit card. We can also pay with a trust account. In this case, we'll pay with a credit card. So I'm going to fill in the information. Once I fill out my information, I'm going to submit my payment. When the payment is successfully processed, it creates a record. We can view the processing status. We can see the attachments. So at this point, we can see that the application has been received and it has been assigned to someone within the agency. At this point, the application is completed and we can go into the back office and see how this permit is processed. For our citizen experience, applicants have it simplified for everyone. They can save time and money, eliminating the phone calls and foot traffic in the office. and improve customer satisfaction because applicants can apply right from their home computer or device. Now we're going to go into the back office to see how your agency will process this permit through to completion. Your staff will log in to see what work they have for the day. Here we can see that the application for the basement den has appeared on my screen as I logged in as Pippi Thomas. I will go to this permit and I will have a summary presented to me of all the information that was filled out on the application for the permit. I can see my documents that have been submitted by the applicant. So there's the floor plans. At this point, I can verify that the plan set is correct and acceptable by my agency. I can see the fees that were assessed and that they have been paid. Now, let's take this permit through the workflow process. I'm intaking the application as Pippi Thomas, and I verified the plan set, and I can verify whether plan review is required or not required. I can submit my time, including my hours spent. At this point, when I save the application intake, this automatically emails or texts the applicant to let them know that we have taken in this permit application and the process has begun. At this point, I am ready to issue the permit. I will select the permit is issued and submit it. At this point, I will save the permit issuance, which will send off an email or a text to either one person or a group of individuals. In this case, it's the applicant. Once I process the permit issuance, the permit will appear and be sent to the applicant. Now it is time to schedule an inspection. I'm going to choose framing inspection. I will schedule the inspection with the proper personnel. In this case, we're going to choose Barbara Oakley and select the date. Additional information can be added, such as phone numbers. This provides information that our inspectors may need while they are on site. I will submit the inspection, and we can see that a framing inspection has been scheduled. Dashboards can be created to display all of the data that is needed. This permit dashboard tells us all of the building permits that have been submitted, in process, issued, completed, and the average duration of time spent processing the permit. We can see a map with locations of those permits by type. We can see what types of applications have been applied for and how many per quarter. We can see a workload summary. Different tables, charts, graphs, and metrics can give us a good idea of everything that's going on within our organization. All the data can be given to display to those who need it. This is powered by Microsoft Power BI, or Accela Insights, we call it. This gives your organization the ability to have a very powerful reporting engine that will display all the data necessary to inform constituents and your leadership all of the information that they will need. Agency processing in the back office. We've seen how to automate and streamline workflows, share and collaborate on plans, and communicate at all stages. Communicate internally and externally with the applicants. Now we are going to go out in the field and see how mobile inspections assist your inspectors in capturing all the necessary data they will need to make their job much easier. As we go out into the field with our building inspector, Barbara, let's go to our framing inspection. Her tasks will appear on the screen. She can route herself to her location, or she can find out some initial information that we recorded in the back office. For example, the note about the large dog on property. You could call. She can send a text message, whether that's a standard en route message or a custom message. As her job summary appears, we can see that the basement den is what she's going to be doing the framing inspection on. So she can go down into the basement and begin her inspection. She can be presented with a checklist that will give her multiple options to select all of the items necessary to do the inspection. In this case, we're going to make a note about the framing, stud wall, is not properly secured to floor. Once I'm done, I can add my comments, as well as take a photo, take a video, choose from photo or choose from video. In this case, I'm going to choose a photo that I've taken on site of that stud wall in the basement. I can make notations, and we can see that the time and date have been stamped in the lower right portion. I can mark up my photo. Once I'm done, I can name it, then result my inspection. I'm going to say that a correction is required. I could add any comments. Then I can capture electronic signatures. I can do as many or as few signatures as I need per permit. In this case, I'm capturing Barbara's and the contractor Dwayne's. Now I can run a report. I could even add a picture if I wanted to. I could email him or print it right on site. Now we can see that the framing inspection has been resulted to correction required, and that creates a live connection to the back office. Now that the inspection has been completed, other inspections can be completed as well, and we can process that through the workflow to say our final inspection is complete. We can submit that. Once the final inspection is complete, we can give them their final certificate of occupancy or certificate of completion. When we hit save, we are emailing or texting the applicant. Just as we saw the permit appear, now we can see our certificate of occupancy for the applicant. All the data is stored here in the left-hand column so that all of staff can collaborate and have access to the exact same information at the same time, live and updated. Now that our workflow is complete, we will return back to the Citizen Access portal. Now we can go back to our processing status on the Citizen portal, and the applicant can see that the application was taken in, the permit was issued, the inspection was completed, and the certificate of completion is done. For our mobile inspections, we can see that we can have anytime, anywhere access. The inspectors are going to improve their field productivity, having everything right at their fingertips, and they can communicate on the go, right from their vehicles or on site at the job. With this, we can see when it comes to building permits, our citizen experience, our agency processing, and mobile inspections increase efficiency, transparency, and accountability. Thank you for watching today. We want you to receive great benefit for your community through the Accela Civic platform.